Yo, what's going on, guys? I am the Geek Slates, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast, episode number 150. That's a lot of episodes. That also means this is 150 straight weeks where we have not missed an episode. Well, you've missed an episode. I haven't. 150 weeks. I'm impressed by that fact.
I am not Batman.
You are not Batman. That is true. Also, today, so technically Thursday, December 29th, this will air Friday the 30th, but on this day, Tom Brady has spent exactly half of his life in the NFL. He was 22 years old, 8 months and 13 days when he was drafted by the Patriots in 2000. Today is 22 years, 8 months and 13 days since that day. Exactly half of his life he's been an NFL quarterback. That's nuts. We get it. You were a high school quarterback for all of 3 weeks. It's okay. All right. So, the things we were going to talk about. Oh, yeah. So, let's start with the biggest piece of news over the last couple of days. Everyone's favorite quarterback, Taylor Heinicke, got benched. That's the real big news, right? No other team benched their quarterback, right? No?
Nope, not one.
No. Actually, before we talk about Taylor Heinicke, how about them Broncos? Finally,
About time.
moving on from the hack.
Should have happened week 2. But
Should have happened. They should have never brought him in. I don't... You know, the Vikings interviewed Nathaniel Hackett.
yeah.
Dodged a bullet there. God damn.
Dodged a thermal detonator.
Yeah, dodged a nuclear missile. Hey, we got KOC though, so that's a win. You know what sucks?
Huh.
The Broncos interviewed KOC and Mike McDaniel and Brian Dable. You know, the 3 rookie head coaches who all have an argument to be coach of the year. And, you know, Mike McDaniel's just the best of the 3 because he's funny.
Well, it just goes to show that the Broncos don't know what the hell they're doing, so...
No, they should have never got rid of Fangio. I never understood that. I still think it's funny that now I get to say they also should have never got rid of Teddy Bridgewater because the offense never looked that fucking bad.
Yeah.
Fuck, the offense didn't look this bad with Drew goddamn Lock, man. And we all know how bad he is and my thoughts on that asshole, so... The Broncos might have been better with him, though, which is just judging by the fact that it was nothing. What I would give for Russell Wilson this week to just go out and fucking be Russell Wilson, right. Just ball out would be
funny.
So good. Just prove to all of us that it was Hackett and just Russ go be Russ. That'd be great.
Russ was being shitty just to get him fired.
Yep.
And then he'll go play really good just to make it seem like Hackett was the issue.
Well, I mean, I think Hackett was most of the issue.
Sounds like nobody really liked him, so...
Well, no, because he's a cheeseball. He's a weird dude.
He's a cheeseball?
Yeah.
That's an interesting
He's
way
cheesy, so he's a cheeseball. Yeah.
Nobody's cheesier than the Miami Dolphins.
No, he's not cheesy. He's the fucking best.
It's funny.
God. Yeah. I asked Justin Fields to stop scrambling, you know, and he did not take the coaching very well at all. So if you're playing them and, you know, you see him, maybe don't ask him to stop because he won't. So... You know, for everybody else in the league, you need to find a better game plan than that. It's like, fair enough, man. Didn't take the coaching well at all. Yeah, I wouldn't take the coaching from the team I'm going against coach either, you weirdo. Or the, you know, I used to be able to make it from game day to about Wednesday without showering. Can't get away with that anymore. You guys would catch me. It's like, what the fuck, man? Dude,
That's some
that
random
dude's
shit.
so fucking high at all times. He looks like a ginormous stoner. It's great. So, moving to Taylor Heineke. I don't get it.
I don't
No.
get half the crap that happens anymore.
No. So, the Commanders-Niners game last week, you know, the 49ers, the hottest team in football. I believe at halftime. Yeah, at halftime the game was 7-7. Heineke comes out after half, throws a touchdown, then throws a pick. His stat line was 13 of 18, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick against the best defense in football. And you were in the game. They benched him then with that stat. No, the interception didn't even come in the second half. It was early in the first half. He threw a touchdown and got benched. And had a total of 5 incompletions.
He literally played better than Josh Allen and got benched.
And then Carson Wentz comes in, goes 12 of 16, so like exactly the same. 123 yards and a touchdown. What's the point? It's not like he played astronomically better. It's not even like Heineke was bad. He was doing better against the best defense in football than the GOAT did. Brady couldn't figure out this defense. Heineke was just, fuck it, we ball. Which is 100% Heineke's attitude. It's fuck it, we ball. And he does. Like, that's all he does. And so he gets benched middle of that game. He put up 14. Carson put up 6 because they missed their extra point. But also, what happened as soon as Heineke got taken out of the game? 30 points by the Niners. Why? Because the Commanders live and die by Taylor Heineke. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a leadership quality, whether he's just the type of guy everyone like gravitates towards, you know? Just walks
Just his aura.
Right, like, is it like the LeBron James aura? He walks into the room and everyone shuts the fuck up to hear what he has to say? Like, the aura is just like, he's the most important one here, all of us need to fuck off. What's going on with you? You know? Like, is that, whatever it is, because the defense suddenly was shit as soon as Heineke was gone.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like, I don't get it.
I guarantee it wasn't his own team that wanted to fucking bench him.
Well, it was the coach.
Just the coach.
Which I don't get it. Carson Wentz does have the ability to be better than Taylor Heineke, but he never is, because Carson Wentz has too much of that Brett Favre in him. Mm-hmm. The just fuck it, I can make that throw. No, the fuck you can't. But he's gonna try it. And you're either going to win by 80 and he's going to be the best quarterback in football that week, or you're going to lose by 40 and he's going to look worse than you throwing me out there with no prep.
And it's all, the difference between the two is you throw an interception or you pull off the throw. You throw an interception, he's done for the rest of the game.
Yep. Whereas Heineke, he'll throw an interception and just run the exact same play the next play. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to throw at the same guy. You can't get me twice.
Right. Let me see you do it again.
And normally he's right. They can't get him twice. Actually, normally he's right. They can't get Terry McLaurin twice.
Right. Terry.
But that's just so dumb. Like, it proves to me that Washington never believed in Heineke, even though they absolutely should have.
Well,
the team did. The coaches didn't.
I know what happened. The coach didn't have him on his fantasy league.
Maybe
So he benched him.
Maybe he's rocking Carson Wentz. Or maybe he's facing Heineke.
He's facing Heineke. That's what I'm saying.
That's hilarious. Yeah. The other huge quarterback benching, Zach Wilson is benched again. Only this time, he's not benched. He's inactive for the rest of the year. He has been moved to their QB3. He will not dress on game day.
Good.
I'm very glad it was Trevor Lawrence that got to end his career. I'm very glad. Dude, the Jets are so dumb. Because they could have had Trevor Lawrence, but they decided to beat the Rams that year for no fucking reason. They were 0-13. They lose that game, they probably finish 0-16, get the number 1 overall pick. Trevor Lawrence is in New York. Justin Fields is probably in Jacksonville, because I don't think Jacksonville was dumb enough to fall for the Zach Wilson hype. I know a lot of people were. I wasn't one of them. You can go back and check. Everybody knows I hated Zach Wilson because he played for BYU during his only good season in college was the COVID year where they didn't play a single actual Division I football team.
Right, yep.
So Zach Wilson lit it up against fucking nobodies and then had a good pro day. And suddenly it's like, who do you take, Wilson or Lawrence? It's like, Wilson shouldn't even be... I had like a 5th round draft. No, I think I had a 3rd round grade on Zach Wilson. Like, the tools are there. Maybe you take a shot late and, maybe he can develop. Mm-hmm. But the Jets go, nah, that's the number 2 pick. How Justin Fields fell as far as he did, everybody knew it was Lawrence, Fields, and then the rest.
The Jets would be pretty scary this year if they had Lawrence.
The Jets would have been scary, even if they stick with the number 2 pick. Imagine if they had Justin Fields.
Right.
I'm
more scared of Trevor Lawrence than I am Justin Fields, though. Justin Fields is good.
Are you?
He's not. But
I mean, what happened? What did the Bills do when they played the Bears? I know you won by 30 or 22, but that's not really fair. The Bears' defense is just atrocious. Yeah. And the Bears' offensive line is atrocious. And Fields' best receiver in that game.
It only took the Bills to go, oh yeah, shit, we have a ton of running backs. How about we run the ball? And all of a sudden, oh yeah, there's back-to-back freaking wide-open runs for touchdowns. Oh, amazing how that works. We don't have to throw it every damn play.
Yeah, Fields went 15 of 23 for $119 and a touchdown. That doesn't sound like a lot. His receiving group for this game was Velus Jones, Byron Pringle, and Dante Pettis. Mm-hmm. The fuck are you supposed to do with that? You might as well throw me out there, dog. Shit. At this point, I wonder if the Bears should do that. Just start pointing at people in the crowd and saying, let's give you a go. How
what
bad
size helmet
go?
You wear?
Right? Like, fuck.
I'm a medium.
Yeah, something else. But Zach Wilson's career is basically done, and I find that hilarious. Because nobody likes Zach Wilson. But it didn't help that, you put up 3 points against the Patriots, and then after the game in your interview, you feel like you let your defense down by not putting up more points. No. The fuck? Oh, you're just a cunt. You're not good enough to talk this way.
Right.
So, all right, let's talk about the real important QB benching now. I don't have any more memes. It's just... Oh, I do, actually! Thursday Night Football's about to happen. Malik Willis has been benched. Joshua Dobbs is starting for the Titans tonight.
Why?
Because right now, the Titans are not winning the division. They're going to miss the playoffs, so they're rocking the veteran instead of the rookie who's still a project.
Right.
But also, Josh Dobbs, in his career, has never started a game. He's been in the league since 2018. He is 10 of 17. That's a 58.8 completion percentage for 45 yards and a pick. I'd rather rock with Willis.
Yeah.
But I also, Josh Dobbs has had to over.
Though.
I can also, that, and Josh Dobbs also has never, he's gone through a lot, and it's never really been like he's never really had a shot, so fuck it.
Right.
What's the worst that happens?
Find out he's good, and then...
Right? There you go, you win.
With.
Yeah, he went to college at Tennessee, and he is legitimately a rocket scientist.
Oh.
Like, he's a smart motherfucker. So, yeah, he's getting his first career start. He's on his 5th team since 2017. He started this season with the Browns, then was part of the Lions practice squad before the Titans signed him. So, there you go.
I know one of the guys on the Bills defense is super smart. He's got long hair.
Dobbs graduated from Tennessee with a degree in aerospace engineering. He graduated with a 4.0 GPA and was honored with the 2017 Torchbearer Award, one of the highest undergraduate honors at the university. While in the NFL, he has participated in an internship with NASA's Kennedy Space Flight Program through a program with the NFL Players Association. So dude's building rockets and throwing rockets every week. What a life.
How to get a concussion and not be able to do anything.
Whoa, he's not Tua.
That's fair. I don't think you can really beat Tua.
That's a horrible joke.
Well, you have horrible coaches.
Yeah.
Tua.
Yeah. Well, not coach. It's a confuse. We'll get into that one.
Not
okay,
coach, but
let's move to now. It's finally time.
Medical trainers who
I think I'm out of joke benchings, so now it's time. The Raiders have benched Derek Carr and are turning to Jarrett Stidham as their new starting QB. You want to know what's fucked up about that? You know where Jarrett Stidham was before the Raiders?
Was it the Vikings?
No. Jarrett Stidham was drafted by the Patriots and head coach Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is 100% trying to scapegoat Derek Carr and say, it's not me, it's Derek. Here, I'm going to get my guy, and he's going to show you how it's done. I hate to do this, Jarrett Stidham. I hope you have the worst NFL game in history. I hope you look worse than anyone ever has. I really do. Because I need Josh McDaniels to get fired. Because I totally forgot about this. Derek Carr will not play for another team. He said that this offseason. Mm-hmm. He said he'd retire before he played for anything other than the silver and black. Question, though. Do the Panthers count as the silver and black? That's silver and black. Their helmets are silver, their jerseys are black. That's pretty silver and black to me.
Yeah. And also, what about Adams?
Right. Oh.
He literally went there to play with Derek Carr.
I'll get there in a second. This part's interesting. Carr has thrown a league-leading 14 interceptions. You know how many interceptions he threw last year? 14.
Distant.
Yeah. Yeah, Stidham has only thrown 61 passes ever and has never started a game. Shit. I lost my tweet that I was just looking at. Shit.
You lost your information.
Yep. Well, so Tony Dungy, actually, just put out a tweet about it. He's Tony Dungy, Hall of Fame Super Bowl winning head coach. The Raiders actually think Derek Carr is the problem? Are they trying to win these last 2 games and thinking Jarrett Stidham gives them the best chance to do that? Good luck against the Niners.
Oh shit.
Good God, I love Tony Dungy.
Some things just make my brain hurt.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier in my TikTok video, how what they're really doing is trying to preserve his health so they can make a decision in the offseason, whether it's keep him, whether it's cut him, whether it's trade him, whatever.
That's still horse shit, though.
Right. But I hate the people. They're preserving his health and protecting their money. They're on the hook for a ton should he get hurt. I like this guy. Everyone's on the hook for a ton of money.
I say Josh Allen gets hurt.
Right? Imagine sports teams sitting their top guys because they know a championship isn't in reach. That'd be nuts. Imagine Aaron Rodgers benching himself in week 8 after he knew there was no shot at winning.
Right.
Imagine the Vikings, even right now, benching Jefferson, Hawkinson, Thielen, Smith, and saying, well, we can't win, so what's the point in risking these guys? No, it's football.
They're there to play. They get paid to play sports. Play the guy you paid to play. Doesn't make any sense to me.
But yeah, no. Especially the part that pisses me off the most, they are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Well, now they are.
Yeah.
But
For 100% sure they are now.
It's my thing with it is this is the most stable piece the Raiders have had in 40 years.
Yep.
Since the 80s. Derek Carr, we listened to the guy talking about it earlier, has had 6 head coaches in his 9 NFL seasons. He had Dennis Allen, the guy who's ruining the Saints right now. Tony Sperano, rest in peace. Jack Del Rio, John Gruden, Rich Bisaccia last year, and Josh McDaniels this year. Coming into this year, Derek Carr on his career had an average completion percentage of 68. This year it's 60. He threw for 4,800 yards last year and led a much less talented team to the playoffs. Actually, that was the most dysfunctional franchise in sports. Mm-hmm. Their coach got fired in the middle of the season for being a racist. His best receiving target left in the middle of the season because he murdered someone. And what does Derek Carr do? Throw 4,800 yards, 26 touchdowns, leads you to the playoffs, and gives the eventual AFC champion Bengals all they could handle.
Run for their money, yep.
You go out, your defense gets worse, your O-line gets worse, you add Davante Adams, and that's it, and you say, we want you to be better. And technically, EPA per play, which is the biggest efficiency stat in the sport, Carr's 11th. He's actually been not that bad. Yes, there have been some issues, but I can point back to, let's look at the Patriots game. He threw 3 passes in a row to a wide open Mac Hollins. He dropped all 3. We've seen him, half of his interceptions this year are him trying to make an anticipatory throw to Davante Adams. So he knows where Tay's supposed to be, so he just throws it. Only Tay's not there. Why? Because one of the other receivers running Josh McDaniels' wonderful know-it-all scheme are running into Davante. He's on the ground. Derek Carr's throwing a pick because Davante isn't where he's supposed to be. He's on the ground because Hunter Renfrow just tackled him. Is that Derek Carr's fault? How about having the worst offensive line in football? Is that Derek Carr's fault? Or is it Josh McDaniels' fault for letting his left tackle walk and cutting the first-round pick right tackle from last year and then letting their right guard walk? Or is that all somehow on Carr? Or your defense? You still have Max Crosby. You have no defensive backs. You actually cut Jonathan Abram, who was one of your 3 best defensive players this year. You cut him in the middle of the year for no reason. Is it Derek Carr's fault that all of that is happening? Is it Derek Carr's fault that Josh McDaniels' scheme might be the worst in the NFL? Sorry, I am apparently very worked up over this, but I find it is bullshit.
Well, there's a lot of people worked up over
You know what
it.
I want?
They should be.
You know what I want?
Huh.
You know what would be the trade of the century? Kirk Cousins and 3 first-round picks to the Raiders for Derek Carr and Davante Adams.
Oh.
Imagine that fucking team. You've got Tay, Justin Jefferson, Thielen running around in the slot, and TJ Hawkinson just throwing his big-ass body
I
around.
don't know how long Thielen's going to be around, but...
You move him to wide receiver 3 a while. He can
Right.
play the little Julian Edelman role.
Right.
Like, do it. Do it, Vikings. Do it. Fuck, if it needs to be 4 first-round picks and we gotta throw in KJ Osborne, do it. I don't fucking care.
He wants a Super Bowl really badly.
I do. And I think...
That's why I really wish that it would be the Bills and the Vikings in the Super Bowl.
Because at least
It would be
somebody
awesome.
who's been waiting forever would get one.
It'd be a win-win for the NFL.
I just
for
think
an
it should
NFL
be the
team either
Vikings
way.
first, you know? Because the Bills have Josh Allen for the next 10 years. Like, you're going to have another chance.
Right.
Kirk's 35. And who knows if the next guy we get to replace him's even equivalent to Kirk. Like, as much as I want to talk about how you need to go get a better quarterback, unless it's Lamar, I don't know if I trust just, let's go draft a guy and hope it works out.
Right,
There's no guarantee the guy we draft is going to be even as good as Kirk.
You'll end up with some Zach Wilson or something.
Right. Like, if we can go get Lamar this offseason, pull the trigger. If you can go get Derek Carr, pull the trigger. But if it's not somebody who's already better than Kirk, it's tough. Unless we just draft a guy and keep Kirk for a couple years and develop him behind Kirk, that could work.
Because there are some good-looking quarterbacks coming up. College. Get Kirky Boy to survive another couple of years.
Yeah.
Need some O-line pieces over there.
Sorry, Matthias hit me up about something. Got very distracted. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. But Davante Adams did already come out and say...
What did he say? I know he said something, but I didn't see what he said.
So, let's go find Tay. Davante Adams. Davante watching himself sign that Raiders contract. No! No!
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Where the hell? Well, that was the tweet, but that's not what I'm talking about. So the one thing Tay did today was he posted on Instagram a picture of him and Derek Carr that says, "This man gave everything he had. He's the reason I'm a Raider. One of the most disciplined and loving people I know. Got my brother's back through whatever, and if you can't respect it, fuck you."
Statement.
Then the interview today. Where the hell is it? Yeah, I don't think anybody's excited about it. Him being one of my really good friends and the reason why I came here in the first place. I think Tay's gone.
I think he is too. That's the whole reason he's there.
If Four's gone, Tay's gone. Like, and the Raiders can try to be bitchy about it, but they're on the hook to pay him no matter what. So if Tay goes, trade me, and they go no, and Tay goes, fine, I'm going to sit at home, they can't fine him more than they're paying him, so you're going to pay him to retire. Or you could try to trade him, and at this point, if I'm the Raiders, and you're moving on from Derek Carr, move on from Tay, trade him, trade Hunter Renfrow, trade Darren Waller, trade Chandler Jones, trade Max Crosby, anybody who's even remotely good, you trade them, and you just say, fuck it, restart. But you're the Raiders. You've been in a restart for 25 years. The only reason you've been relevant is because of Four. And this is what you're going to do to him? I would have fired McDaniels before I benched Carr.
Maybe he will get fired.
I'm sorry. Carr's been the face of the Raiders for...
I mean, with the backlash that they're facing on what he's doing,
As they should.
that he might get fired over it. Honestly, they might go, no, Derek, you're staying. This asshole is leaving.
I don't think this is real. I wish it was, though. I wish it was. Yeah, there's no way it's real. That's sad. I wish it was real, though, because it's funnier. Yeah, the fake quote that people are spreading is, this is not what I expected when I came here. I grew up a Raiders fan all my life, and that image has been completely shattered. What they did to Carr was disgusting, and had I known this was the direction they were going to go, I would have never left Green Bay. This whole organization is just a mess, and if they give Carr the boot, I'll be quick to follow. While it's a fake quote, I kind of think that last part tracks. If Carr's gone, Tay's gone. Especially, he's not going to waste his career with what? Jarrett Stidham? Or, Marcus Mariota? Baker Mayfield?
Right.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm a Baker guy. Like, I love Baker. Now, compared to some teams, yeah, I'd love to rock with Baker over some guys, just due to, is Baker better than that guy? Maybe not. But Baker has that it factor. He can just do stuff sometimes. Where it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, we've already seen where Baker Mayfield is nearly impossible to tackle sometimes.
Baker's a wild little guy. Like, we just watched him put up 51 on one of the 5 best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason. And he's doing it with Van Jefferson and Tutu Atwell. Like, what the fuck? But you give him Odell and suddenly he can't figure out how to play football. Baker's the most confusing quarterback in NFL history.
He plays really well when the odds are against him.
He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick in that way. Oh my god, yes. Do you remember this? So, in the NBA Finals a few years ago, you remember the J.R. Smith play? It was after the free throw was missed. J.R. rebounds it and starts dribbling out the clock, and LeBron is like freaking out trying to get him to shoot the ball because it's a tie game. They're not up, it's tied. So he runs out the clock, and they're forced to go to overtime against the Warriors in a game they should have won. It's the game where we realized LeBron couldn't do it against that Warriors team. To be fair, it was LeBron and a bunch of nobodies versus Curry and Thompson and Durant and whatever. Mm-hmm. But Bron went for 51 in regulation. Like 51, 15, and 12. And
wild.
Yeah, the image of him just, shoot the ball, what are you doing?
We're tied, you jackass!
But then after the game, he was getting interviewed, and the guy just kept asking, do you know what's going on in JR's head? Do you, like, his thought process, do you know what he's like, I don't fucking know. Ask him. I'm not in his head. Well, what do you think he was thinking? It's like, I don't fucking know. He's his own dude. Go ask him.
Right.
But the guy just kept asking the same thing, so we get the famous video of LeBron setting the mic down, picking up his glasses and his bag, and just fucking walking out mid-interview. Just, nope, fuck you, I'm done. Nope.
Fuck this shit out.
Yeah, that's Davante Adams heading back to Green Bay.
Come on over to the old Buffalo Bills.
Oh. Davante Adams has also declined to address his future with the team.
For him. As he should. Make him sweat a little bit.
Do it. Tell the team. Pick the guy who drafted Tim Tebow over Derek Carr and Davante Adams. Do it. Prove to the world you are the worst franchise in sports. Do it.
Even worse than Denver.
Even worse than everybody. Everybody. Like, it's just awful. Just so dumb and so bad.
Well, I thought Denver was the worst until today. I'm now very much second-guessing myself.
Well, I wouldn't say Denver's that bad. They
got a defense, but still.
But I don't know. So other quarterback news. Tua is out this week with another concussion. That's at least 3 this year. I'm still positive it's 4. That one hit he took
4.
where they said it was a back injury, I still don't buy it.
That was a back injury to save people's asses right there.
Probably. Because I think that's concussion number 4 in a year.
At some point, Tua's got to sit back and go, let's see,
But
do
that's
I want to die when I'm 40 or...
That's the toughest conversation to have. He hasn't even hit his big payday yet.
Right.
Like, we've all seen this before. Luke,
Do you want to get paid or do you want to die when you're 40 from
I don't
brain
know.
problems?
Luke Kuechly, one of the greatest linebackers in NFL history, retired at the age of 28 after having 3 concussions in a year. Like, I don't know. It's very possible that Tua's gone. And that
That's
does
rough.
suck. Like, I
hate to see people go
right,
like that.
as much as I've talked about Tua, especially all year with all of my, put Teddy in there thing, this isn't how I want that to happen. I'm not preying on Tua's downfall either. I'm more preying on Teddy's come up. But, like, it's just awful. But yeah, at some point you do have to sit back and think,
What's more
is it
important?
worth it? I don't know, but it also then becomes a thing. Is the money more important? I mean, that's not just a little bit. That's setting your family up. That's setting your family up for generations. It's not just wealthy, it's generationally wealthy.
Fair.
Which is why it's such a tough decision. If it was $3 million you were walking away from, it's meh. When it's 250, that's a
Well, that's enough
fuck.
for-
Is it worth it?
That's enough money to just live off the interest comfortably.
Right? And
So
yeah, it's awful. I think the Dolphins as an organization. Should I rant about the Dolphins the way I just ranted about the Raiders? Because let's talk about how they've treated Tua. So you draft Tua. Then you sign Ryan Fitzpatrick and don't let Tua play. Then you put Tua in over Ryan Fitzpatrick. Then you bench Tua for Ryan Fitzpatrick in his rookie year. You don't do that. Rookie quarterbacks, the minute you put them on that field, you do not bench them. That's it. You have picked your guy. Now, if dude gets hurt, backup comes in and starts playing well, that's a whole different story. As much as I know some idiots like to think, well, you shouldn't lose your job over injury. Yeah, the fuck you should. The best ability is availability. Sorry. Sorry.
yeah,
Jameis
Josh Allen's
Winston.
probably going to have to go down this road at some point.
Probably. I just doubt they'll have a backup that's better than Josh Allen.
Well, no, but
But it's... So, you start with all of that. Then in your first offseason with him, you literally get in trouble for tampering and trying to bring in Tom Brady. Then your head coach tries to trade you for a sexual predator. What's that?
I have to have red wine.
Possibly.
My mother texted and said, if I have a half a cup of red wine, I could cook your hearts tonight.
Oh. Well, we'll find out. But you've got God damn it. Where was I at? Oh, yeah. You tamper for Tom Brady and fail to get him, and then lose a bunch of money and a draft pick over that. Then you try to trade him for a sexual predator who, so far since he's been able to play, is not better than Tua. He is not.
No.
He's not better than Kirk Cousins. He's not better than Baker Mayfield.
And I completely agree with the Bengals fans.
Oh my God, that was... The Texans fans was funny with the no means no, but oh my God, the Bengals fans were just magnificent.
They are brutal fans.
It was wonderful, though.
It was exactly
It was much
what he
deserved.
deserves.
Oh, yeah. Then, you, going into this year, you go out and sign Teddy Bridgewater. which 100% was another sign of we don't trust you. We've never given you a chance, never given you weapons or no line. Now we're giving them to you. But you make one mistake and you're getting benched for 5. That's not a good way. So if I'm Tua, I'm looking at how this organization has treated me, how they've handled my concussions this year, and going, if I do come back, I never want to step foot in Miami ever again. Send me literally anywhere the fuck else. Literally anywhere. That's what I'd be thinking if I'm Tua. Is this team doesn't have enough respect for me to even want to try to keep me alive.
Denver should trade
No.
Russ for Tua.
No. Tua in Denver would be awful.
More concussions.
No. Denver... Tua doesn't have a strong enough arm to be the quarterback in a cold weather place.
Fair.
He cannot play QB. Like, you could... If you switched Josh Allen and Tua... It'd be a problem. Tua couldn't play in Buffalo.
Not many people can.
There's quite a few. I think you forget how many strong-armed guys there are in football.
Well, I'm not just saying strong arm though, but like a lot of people tend to want to be in a place where it's fairly decent weather.
No, of course you do.
Josh Allen.
Do you want to live in Buffalo, New York?
I mean, sometimes the temperature's pretty similar. Sometimes colder here than it is in Buffalo.
But do you want the 8 feet of snow? You can't even walk outside?
I like snow, so I just don't like wind. I love snow, but I don't like 2 foot of snow with 80-mile-an-hour wind.
But
because 2 foot of snow turns into 20 foot of snow.
I'm worried for Tua and his future. Thoughts and prayers up for Tua, but also it's Teddy time.
Teddy
Dude,
time.
I have to before Sunday. I have to make that video. With the nobody believes in you. You've lost again. I'm gonna make that for Teddy, cause that dude. Dolphins fans currently. Nico Elite Takes on TikTok. This one pisses me off. He thinks their season's over because now we're stuck with Teddy. Dude, Teddy looked really good in your offense. And what happened? He's never gotten to run practice with the ones. He's coming in off the bench. And, you know, the best play of the Dolphins season, who was the one who threw that ball?
Right. Yeah. He comes in for a few plays, throws the best play the Dolphins have had all season.
Like... And also, this is exactly why you bring Teddy in. If Tua goes down, or if Tua sucks, but he was also brought in to be the backup. So it's if Tua goes down, we have a guy who can step in and keep us here. Now it's time. You got to go beat the Patriots and you're in the playoffs. That's it. Mm-hmm. Just got to go beat them.
I think Teddy's a pretty good shot at beating the Patriots.
I'm a big fan of Teddy. And, you know, Tyreek and Waddle helps a lot. It just really does.
Being the fastest team in the NFL helps a lot.
Yep. It's time. I'm going to have to wear my Teddy jersey on Sunday.
You are.
See, it's still a Vikings jersey, so it works for the Vikings game, but it's a Teddy jersey, so everybody knows who I'm rooting on today.
Being a Bills fan, I'm so scared. I feel like the Bills are going to get their ass kicked by the Bengals. Especially since it's going to be at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Home. Don't be rough.
Sorry, getting messages.
After that happens, then we got to face, what, Jacksonville?
No. Yes?
It would be Jacksonville at Buffalo,
no. There's one more game after this, you moron.
Oh, right. That's right. Who would we face after that?
You got the Patriots.
Oh, right. That's right. I'm not too worried about Patriots. Although, you never fucking know. Bills. They're the best team ever one day, and the next day they're literally the worst.
And then, no. in the playoffs, the Bills get the bye, and then they won't get the Chiefs, but they could end up facing the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Ravens, or the Chargers. Or the Dolphins. Teddy could march into Buffalo and send him home. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with the Dolphins winning a Super Bowl if it was...
I have a weird feeling it's going to be the Jaguars, though. I don't know why.
That play against you or that win the Super Bowl?
No, that play against me. The Bills, I should say.
You know, that's something I've never understood on the internet. When referring to the Vikings, I say we a lot.
Right.
Because I'm a fan of the team. And everybody goes, oh, so when's the last time you were on the field for the Vikings? It's like, dude, you're not actually part of the team. It's go ask the team if fans are part of the team.
Right.
I mean, without fans, they don't get paid. Without fans, Minnesota doesn't have a top 5 home field advantage in the sport. And they do. When that place gets rocking, we've all seen it. Other teams can't do shit. But you can also take that crowd out of the game.
Right.
And there can be games like against the Colts where the crowd was out and then suddenly the crowd was in.
You want to have a successful dynasty in football. The first thing you should do is be promotional towards your crowd, towards your fans. Because you have a good fan base, you have a good team.
And that's why, even as bad as the Vikings have been, their fans are always there, no matter what. That stadium's packed, and it's a loud motherfucker.
And the good thing about the Vikings, though, I can say that the Vikings have always had...
They've never sucked.
Yeah.
They're always just meh.
Like last year, they should have done so much better than they did.
Right.
They just didn't.
Right.
You know? And it's crazy to think at how many freaking games that they lost the last few plays of the game. How many games did you lose in the last fucking play?
I think 14. We lost like 14 one-score games or so. Not 14. I think we had 9 losses. I think 7 of them were in one-score games.
Where they were in control of the game the whole time.
The 14 was the Vikings had a 7+ point lead in 14 games last year.
Yep.
Have the Vikings ever had the number 1 overall pick?
I don't think they have.
Off the top of my head.
They've always had a team that can win a football game.
The Vikings have selected number 1 overall twice. In 1961, as an expansion franchise, where they chose Ron Yari, an offensive tackle, I believe a Hall of Famer, if I remember correctly. And then also in 1968. No, what? So in 1961, we took Tommy Mason. He was a running back, but that was our first year ever. The only other time we had the number 1 overall pick was in 68 when we drafted Ron Yari.
Well, the 61 doesn't count because you're...
And 68 even almost doesn't count.
Yeah,
You've been a football team for 6 years. Like,
you're
going to be
developing.
Bad. Right?
They're still developing.
Right?
If you ask me.
Yeah. After that, our next pick in the top 10 was... nope. We had the 9th overall pick in 1980. It was another 12 years before we were a bottom 10 team. And then, yeah, we always are picking, you know, like, I think we've had a top 10 pick twice in the last 10 years. Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that they have as good a team as they do.
Yeah.
It must mean that you've had some decent coaches.
Some decent coaches. It also helps when you draft a guy like Adrian Peterson.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
He made sure we didn't
have some fans right there.
And he also made sure, I mean, he brought me, but he also made sure that you weren't that bad of a team as long as he was there. Yeah.
Just give it to old AP.
And then you draft a guy like Justin Jefferson, who's now going to do the same fucking thing. Just fuck it. You're never going to have a top 5 pick as long as he's healthy, because he'll win you more than 5 games.
No shit.
Shit, this year he's won us 11. We have 11 victories and one score game.
I know he was.
Oh, he gets
one of the
all.
main
He gets
reasons
the
he got
credit
past
for the Bills
Bills.
game. He gets credit for that.
Yeah.
Him and the defense. Actually, I wouldn't even say the whole defense. I'd say Pat Pete.
Yeah.
Josh Allen really doesn't like to face Pat Pete, apparently, because well, or Josh Allen just really wants him as a receiver because he sure likes to throw it to him. Because he had 2 picks,
Well, if
but
he
he
throws
also.
it to him, then he knows he ain't gonna tackle him.
It's true. That's true.
Like, I don't want to get tackled here. Have the football.
Wow. The most players from a single college that Minnesota has ever drafted are from USC. They've drafted 5 USC guys all time.
Weird.
Who the hell are the USC guys, though? So Ron Yari was from USC. Steve Riley, no clue. Joey Browner, okay. Kanechi, what is he? Udezi?
Desi.
Okay. And Matt Khalil, our worst draft bust. We picked him with our last top 5 pick that we've had. And he wasn't a bad player, he just couldn't stay healthy. Yeah, what was the 2012 NFL draft? We took him 4th overall.
I'm surprised McCaffrey's survived as long as he has. The longest I've seen him survive since I can remember.
So Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III were your top 2 picks. Then Trent Richardson, the biggest draft, one of the biggest busts in NFL history. We took Matt Khalil when we could have had Luke Kuechly, Stephon Gilmore, Fletcher Cox, Chandler Jones, Harrison Smith, who we took later, but I would have rather picked him in the top 5. Rushing touchdown scored by Zeke. Sick. The Cowboys are playing. Jackrabbit Jenkins was in this draft. Alshon Jeffrey, Bobby Wagner, Levante David, Kelechi Osemele. He's an offensive lineman that's better. Olivier Vernon, Russell Wilson, Demario Davis, Akeem Hicks, Kirk Cousins. Would have been a better 4th overall pick than Matt Khalil.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Norman was in this draft. I know, we're getting back to the point where it doesn't even make sense. Like, none of these guys would have been 1st-round picks. It didn't matter. But, like, some of the 1st-round guys, the Luke Kuechly one's a big miss, along with Stephon Gilmore. Those are big sad. Those are big sad. Kuechly only went 5 picks later. He wouldn't have been a bad pick there.
Right.
But yeah, it's wild times. I think that's probably enough. We should go check out some footballs.
Go watch Dallas.
Go see what Dak's got cooking today.
Yep.
Or
Indeed.
whoever the hell that was that they showed a picture of and tried to claim was Dak Prescott.
Yeah, they got it mixed up and put.
It did look more like Kane Brown.
They put Kane Brown up there instead of Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Where the little cartoon drawing.
I don't think it was a drawing. I don't know what it was, but it was goofy.
What? It's basically a drawing because they don't have to. They actually have to pay to have a real picture of them. They did it with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. It's a weird thing. I don't know.
Well, whatever. I think though that'll do it for us. For us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.